Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Hajamiti Fazi. My metric number 1252727. So, the study focuses on the role of the politeness in communication as it plays an important role in building relationship, showing respect, and maintaining the social harmony. In the field of the sociolinguistics, gender is the one of the social factors that may influence the individuals to communicate and express politeness. Generally, politeness strategies are divided into two main types: positive politeness and negative politeness. Positive politeness refers to the language that expresses friendliness, appreciation, and solidarity, while negative politeness emphasizes respect for the listener's personal space through indirect or more formal language. Therefore, this study aims the politeness strategies of the male and female university students and examine whether they prefer positive or negative politeness in their academic and social interactions. Thank you.
Now, let's talk about our methodology. For this study, we mix two methods to look at how male and female university students use politeness when they talk. First, our target population was university students from different faculties. We chose this campus because it had a diverse mix of students. Second, for our research design, we used both a multiple choice survey and open-ended written scenarios. This helped us gather numbers on how often habits happen, as well as real examples of what students choose. Third, for data collection, we shared a Google form online for 7 days through students' networks. Lastly, for ethical considerations, the online survey kept everyone completely anonymous. This made students feel safe to give honest answers about how they talk. Next, let's look at the survey itself. It was carefully split into 3 simple sections. Section A was the participant profile. It asked basic questions like age and gender so we could understand who was answering. Section B was the politeness scale. It had 6 rating questions to test 2 types of politeness. One type is negative politeness, which means keeping a respectful distance. The other is positive politeness, which means acting friendly and close. Section C used written scenarios to collect real language, which students read to everyday campus situations, asking a classmate to borrow a lecture notes, and asking to share a busy cafeteria table. They wrote down exactly what they would say in real life. In the end, we got 31 finished response. This gave us strong data to answer how gender changed the way students use politeness.
My name is Safia Izzatul Najwa binti Saripudin. My metric number is 125.800. I will continue to explain about the descriptive analysis of the data collected from the questionnaire. The data is analyzed using percentages and frequency to describe the respondents' communication patterns and preferences in using politeness strategies. The findings show that most respondents prefer polite and indirect communication in their daily interactions. A total of 80.6% of respondents reported that they regularly use apologetic expressions such as sorry when making requests. In addition, 71% of respondents prefer indirect expressions like could you please and would you mind. These results indicate that respondents tend to avoid direct language and prefer more polite ways of communicating, which helps to maintain good relationships with others. The analysis also shows that respondents commonly use softening words in their communication. About 80.6% of respondents use words such as just, maybe, and a bit when making requests. These expressions help reduce the directness of a statement and make communication sound more considerate and less forceful. This reflects the respondents' awareness of how language can affect others' feelings during interaction. For positive politeness strategies, 74.2% of respondents used friendly or inclusive language when communicating with peers, while 80.6% regularly express gratitude even for small favors for simple help. However, only 58.1% of respondents agreed that they assume others are willing to help them, which show that some respondents may be less confident when making requests directly to others. In scenario 1, which involved borrowing lecture notes from a classmate, most respondents use polite expressions such as greetings, apologize, and explanations before making their requests. Many respondents also provide reasons such as being absent due to illness before asking for help. This shows that respondents prefer to be considerate and respectful when making requests in academic situations. In scenario 2, which involved asking for a seat in a crowded cafeteria, respondents also demonstrated polite communication patterns. Most respondents use expressions such as, "May I sit here?" and "Would it be okay if I sit here?" before taking action. Some also apologize for interrupting or explain the crowded situation. This shows that the respondent prefer to ask for permission rather than assume, which reflect polite and respectful behavior. Overall, the descriptive analysis shows that respondents consistently use polite, indirect, and considerate communication strategies in both their daily interactions and specific social situations.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nuraina Hassana binti Abdullah. My matrix number is 1251425. I'm going to talk about discussions on findings. Based on the findings, we partially agree with the statement that women use more politeness strategies than men. The first factor is social expectations. The stereotypes that women face influence the way they behave. For example, women expected to be polite, respectful, and considerate. Because of all these expectations, they avoid using language that could be seen as rude. The second factor is women associate difference in approach. The use of politeness strategies influence the way they are socialized from a young age. As a result, they develop a communication style that emphasizes cooperation, understanding, and harmony. The third factor, which is weaken the claim that women use more politeness strategies than men, is communication context. The way people communicate depends on the situations, purpose, and the relationship between speakers. Both women and men use politeness strategies to show respect and appropriate social relationships. This suggests that the politeness strategies cannot be determined by gender alone.
My name is Nurul Syuhada binti Muhammad Syed. My matric number is 1252440. To conclude our presentation, I will share the final summary of our study. We investigated how gender affects politeness among 31 university students. Our questionnaire data showed that females generally agree more with using polite speech, like language, softness, and apologies, which aligns with general social expectations. However, our situational scenarios reveal an interesting twist. Male students are also highly capable of being very polite when a situation demands it. For example, when borrowing lecture notes or asking to join a crowded cafeteria table. This proves that linguistic politeness is not rigidly tied to gender alone. Instead, it is highly flexible and serves as a vital tool to maintain good campus relationship. Ultimately, how we speak depends heavily on the immediate content, the urgency of the matter, and how close you are to the other person. By understanding these communication styles, we can reduce misunderstandings and build much more harmonious learning communication for all students on campus. That's all from me. Thank you.